yeah. This is the outline with Kevin Dwayne. Kevin Dwayne. Kevin Dwayne with Kevin Dwayne.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's The Outline with Kevin Dwayne. Thank you so much for joining me for another show. Please remember to subscribe, rate, and comment on this show. You can do it on KevinDwayne.com. You can do it on SoundCloud. You can do it on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play Music. Your ratings and comments is what raise me up in the ranks, but I do appreciate all that you do. Special shout out to Trilificent of Gay Side Stories. I was featured on that podcast this week. It came out on Monday, so make sure you guys check out that conversation. We had a great talk about rejection, especially in the gay community, on the apps and all that shit. So check it out. Great conversation. Another shout out to the John Effect podcast. We did a collab last week and the response has been so great. And I'm really enjoying the collabs that have been happening with the podcast. It's a great community out there. And with that said, I have another special guest this week and I'm going to let him introduce himself.
What's up, world? This is GrabYourJimmy.com, aka Jimmy Valentino, aka Mr. Valentino if you nasty, aka I'm free and single if you want it. Holla at your boy.
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm here for, listen, the AKAs. I mean, I'm here for. You got to have multiple names depending on the situation. But I'm happy to have you on the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. So the story about Jimmy is we've been friends on Facebook for a long time. He's a blogger as well, GrabYourJimmy.com, which cracks me up. That name has always cracked me up because it reminds me like the old 90s tracks like BBD and like the Little Kims. They talk about having your Jimmy hat ready, you know?
So, believe it or not, that's where it actually came from. So, the story behind this. So, the story behind Grab Your Jimmy is basically from the 90s. So, as a gay little kid, as 14, 15, I was obsessed with female rappers like Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, and Trina. That's the holy trinity of what I call rap bitches.
Yes.
The holy trinity. So with that, and growing up in the South, we had blues artists that my mom used to play, like Millie Jackson, Denise LaSalle, Little Milton. I can't think of the other nigga name. Oh, Marvin C's Candy Liquor. So we growing up listening to that type of music. So with Grab Your Jimmy came into play, Jimmy actually comes from my granddaddy that I never met. He died before I was born, but I use that as a tribute to him. And also, if you country, James and Jimmy's the same damn name. And which is ironically, my daddy's name is James and my uncle's name is Jimmy. So that's a whole nother story within itself. So what I decided to do is like I'm just tribute to my grandfather and tribute to everyone I looked up to growing up, like which was Mary J. And like I said, Lil Kim, Foxy, and Trina. So what I wanted to do was basically, since I couldn't sing, and I wanted to be a preacher as a kid, but I believe in sinning, so I couldn't be a preacher no more. So I decided I was just gonna talk shit. And so Grab Your Jimmy became the inspiration behind it. So it's been up probably like 4 years off and on. What I do enjoy about it is that I think I'm different from everyone else because everything I write is strictly original. And it's coming straight from the dome. And even from my inspiration, it's just like random shit that I just think about that is inspirational. Like for example, I wrote about the Wizard of Oz and Atlanta being the same damn place. Only reason I wrote that because I was watching the Wiz and it was Vogan. So I was just like, oh, Vogan, oh, Atlanta, bam, and it just came out like that. And even like my other controversial one, writing about trade, which I think they owe me a check for this. Dude gets on punts on Tuesdays. They owe me a check because no gays were going there before I said to go there.
Oh, well, it is a spot on Tuesdays now.
So,
for the audience, what is your definition of trade?
Trade, okay, old school. So I grew up in the Paris is Burning years. Not that I'm that old, but I grew up around those old queens like that. Trade back then was someone that you paid for sex.
Right.
That's never, you really couldn't tell they was sex. You couldn't really tell they was gay, but they were usually streetwalkers. Trade now has become synonymous with what they think is a masculine man. Now, every trade, if a man saying that he's trade, he's really not trade. He's Trish, or he's a thug queen. So
this is becoming a whole nother episode already. we're not even gonna go that far down the list. We're gonna stop there with Crab
So-
and Jimmy.
So it's like if any nigga that's saying that he's trade, he ain't trade because Trey don't even know they trade.
Listen, you're absolutely right, and we're not. That's not what this show is going to be about today. So we're just gonna stop right there before we go down that list, because now it's gonna be a bunch of lines there. But this is gonna be a fun show.
Shout out to all the thug queens.
All the thug queens, all the thug misses like Kaya.
Yes.
I cannot deal, but I am happy to have you on the show. I have checked out your site. I think the last thing I saw was when you were talking about always ordering chicken tenders. I thought we're talking about Charlie's chicken tenders, wasn't it? And I was like, they are really good there. But I was like, it was such a random ass post, but I could relate to it. But you know,
So that like actually the whole story behind it was really about chicken tenders that I asked for the chicken tenders. So I just came up with the idea of the fact the only reason why I order chicken tenders on dates because let's be honest, back when dudes used to go on dates because I don't think people go on dates anymore. They just rather fuck, which is cool. I'm cool with that too. Save money, save gas, but. Back then, it was just like I ordered chicken tenders just to be on the safe side because at that time, I will admit I'm broke. At the time, I was broke, so I was gonna order chicken tenders, and so dudes like order this, this, and this. But since the dude skipped on his bill, attempted to skip out on his bill, I'm not gonna go to jail for some dick I didn't even have. So, like, let me get these chicken tenders, let me get these chicken wings and fries. It's $10, I can afford it. Just in case these niggas act up, I'm gonna pay for my meal.
it's a good safety. It's a good safety. And you can
Yeah.
also use it in group dinners too. When you don't go to those whack ass birthday dinners that people have with 20 people. You like, you know what? Here's my little $10 meal, and we're good.
So low key, I also group dinner. So I don't. So here's the thing: I don't do birthday dinners at all. And so if I do, I order chicken tenders, but I get slick with it. I order chicken tenders, and I say, bring me the check now.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time for everybody. So I didn't order that, order that. No, go ahead and bring my check now. Because
Yeah.
somebody's food's gonna be wrong. Somebody's food's gonna get cold. We're gonna be there all day. I don't have time for that. So I like, no, let me just go ahead and get my check now. I'm going ahead and pay for it now. Go ahead and add gratuity. So when I leave, I'm leaving.
Yeah, the group, like, honestly, if you're over the age of, like, there's two things here. If you're over the age of like 25 and you're still doing group dinners, stop. However, if you do have something of a group, keep it at a max. Like for my birthday, it was 3 of us. That's the max. That's it. You don't need to have 20 people at a dinner.
And that's how I feel too, because it's like 4 or 5. I keep it at 4 or 5. If anything over 5, I'm not showing up.
Right. Because that's safe. I mean, that's safe. Everyone can be held accountable. When you have people and their plus ones and their baby mamas and all this shit, it just gets too out of hand, and it's annoying.
Look, people never show up on time. They never have no money. Nobody got time for that.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
like,
just do it. I'd rather you just have a BYOB at your house and call
or
it a
just
day.
or meet me at the strip club. We can go there. Just meet me at the strip club or buy me a gift. Buy me a lap dance. I'll be happy with that.
And
Put some
just be
balls-
done with it.
Yeah, put some balls in my face. I'm good. I don't need nothing to eat.
I can't. I love it
So-
though. I think what's gonna be so much fun about this show today is the fact that you have a southern draw, and it just adds a little bit of character to everything that you're saying. So,
How bad is my southern drawl?
oh no, it's great. It's not even a bad thing. It's just I'm cracking up because it just adds a little flair to it. So, are you originally from Georgia?
So believe it or not, this is gonna sound so corny. So I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
And so I was raised in Montgomery, Alabama, Montgomery-ish, Alabama. When I say that, I was raised all over. So it was kind of like Rainbow outside of, I think it's like 15, 20 minutes outside of Montgomery. I was raised with my great-grandmother and my aunt because my grandmother actually died at the age of 26.
Oh wow.
And so my mom never actually knew her mom. So she was raised by my great-grandmother. So I consider my great-grandmother my actual grandmother because, like I said, I never met her. So I've been in the South probably ever since I was in the 1st grade. And I actually hated it, to be quite honest with you. Because at that time I did have an accent from up north, but now I have the southern accent, and actually all my accents come out when I get mad. So I have a northern accent when I get mad and a southern accent when I get heated.
Okay.
And I don't know which accent comes out when I be fucking, so I don't really.
Okay. I cannot deal.
I'm assuming that the Spanish accent comes out when I be fucking.
Oh, you said a Spanish one?
Yes.
Where does that come from? What does that link to?
Down in the family tree somewhere.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna let you have that completely. So let's get into some topics
Okay.
because I know this is gonna go on forever. We keep talking. I'm gonna ask more questions, and yeah, no. Okay. So have you have a chance to see, or are you interested in seeing All Eyes on Me?
Unfortunately, I did see it, and
You
I hate to
did
say it
see
like
it.
that. I did see it yesterday.
Okay, cool. I saw it as well on Friday, and the reason
So
I was
what was
bringing
your thought?
well, that's what I wanted to get into.
Oh
So
Lord.
originally, I enjoyed it because I'm from California, so obviously there's a connection to Tupac that I'm going to have. It's just like Southerners with like Monica and Outkast. Like I'm going to have a certain connection to Tupac. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters, but after seeing Jada Pinkett's rebuttal the very next day, I had second thoughts and it kind of watered it down for me. So she went to Twitter on Friday and she tweeted the following things. She said, "Forgive me, my relationship to Pac is too precious to me for all the scenes and all eyes on me to stand as truth. Pac never read me that poem. I didn't know that poem existed until it was printed in his book. Pac never said goodbye to me before leaving LA. He had to leave abruptly and it wasn't to pursue his career. I've never been to any Pac shows by his request. We never had an argument backstage. The reimagining of my relationship to Pac has been deeply hurtful. To Cat Graham and D. Ship Jr., who played Tupac, this is no fault of yours. Thank you for bringing so much heart and spirit to your roles. You both did a beautiful job with what you were given. Thank you both." Now, number one, Jada Pinkett is such a class act. Like, she was so
She is.
respectful. She didn't trash the movie. She just said, "Listen, you guys didn't do my relationship with him right at all." Now, I know there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff with getting this movie made because it didn't have the approval of like Afeni, and then John Singleton was originally on it, but then he got off of it. Then it was LT Hutton and Benny Boom, and so a lot of things happened behind the scenes. But I liked the movie just from the memories and what I remember about
But
Tupac.
did you really like the movie?
I really did like the movie.
Okay.
I liked it. I enjoyed it from what I remember from him, but at the same time, knowing that there are people in his life who are like, no, that didn't happen, that watered it down. Now, there were some faux pas. I was like, yeah, that doesn't work. Like him doing Hail Mary, he was dead when that song came out. So I was like, how are you performing this at your own concert? That doesn't make any sense. But overall, I enjoyed the portrayal, the costumes. I enjoyed the timepiece that was there. But that's me being from the West Coast and living through it. So
Okay.
I'm that's my bias. So you know what I mean?
Okay.
And because I got the feeling you're about to say some shit, but you're also from the South, so
Okay.
there you go.
I'm gonna say this. All right. Between Biggie and Tupac, I was a Biggie fan because I was a diehard Bad Boy, Mary J, Puffy fan.
Mhm.
So with that said, at first I really didn't want to go see the movie, but I said, let me go see it. So with that said, okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. Have you ever wanted to have sex with your crush, and when you did, you find out it wasn't all that?
Absolutely.
So that's what I described the movie as.
Okay.
So because you was like, it could have potentially been a great movie, and given I didn't expect it to be on the level of NWA, given because I think NWA's movie is the standard of what biopic should be.
Yeah, that's one of the best. That's one of
Now,
the best ever done, actually.
so with that said, it's not as bad as that damn Aaliyah movie,
No.
but it could have been on because this movie could have been on BET actually, and it did seem like it was a rush job. In the words of the great Aretha Franklin, when she described Taylor Swift, beautiful gowns, nice beautiful gowns, because the casting itself was great. Dee did a great job. Cat Graham did a very good job of Jada Pinkett without the cheek implants, and Afeni, I can't think of her name, but I know she's from
Yeah.
Walking Dead. She did a great job, even though I thought she was overacting a little bit. But she did a great job as far as the casting. Some of the stuff that I don't know, just the theater that I went to, the sound was kind of bad. It felt like some of the musical performances was very karaoke-ish, but it may be in the theater that I went to. Now, I will say that they spent a lot of money on extra songs that really didn't need to be in the movie. So I'm like, so y'all couldn't pay money to do his own music, but y'all paid money for Blackberry Molasses and Who Shot You and Weak. I'm like, so
Now,
y'all paid money for that because y'all
well,
didn't get it for free.
yeah, but that the industry works a little different. It comes down to licensing. And
But I,
it doesn't work that way. You have to work with certain estates. You have to get certain licensing. You have to get certain approvals. You can't just say I'm going to use this, and this, and that's just it. Everything has different rates and budgets. So that's more leans on the side of assumption. I
and
just want to
so
point
then
that out.
my other question was that the real Money B in the movie
The Real Money B, it looked like him,
from
but
Distant Underground? Because it looked
it looked
strictly
just
like
like
him.
him. But no, I don't think it was.
And then I was a spoiler alert for nobody that saw the
Well, you
movie.
guys know Tupac dies. Get
Yeah.
out of here.
And basically that's how it ends. Tupac dies with a random gospel song.
Yeah, that gospel song irked the fuck out of me.
I was like, so okay, what is this? So then what I didn't get was spoiler alert. Was that Snoop? Was somebody lip syncing Snoop's voice?
No, that was actually him. That's what we thought too, but it was so spot on. It was so spot on.
I was like, what the hell? So overall, like I said, for
But
effort.
see,
I
here's the thing though. I think what the problem is, because the criticism I gave it is like the pacing was weird.
It was weird.
It had a weird pacing, and it had a weird placement of kind of going back and forth between interview and the actual thing. So that was really weird.
So I will admit that threw me off a little bit. But what I wanted from the movie, to be quite honest with you, I wanted to know how he ended up from New York to Baltimore to Oakland. I wanted to know more about his mom. I know it's not about his mom, but how everything affected him in terms of music, the type of music that he went into, and how he went from being a ballet dancer to a thug. They didn't really explain that as well. So, but I think I just recently read that the family recently I can't think, the guy that directed 12 Years a Slave, they approved his documentary that's supposed to be released next year as part of the settlement that they had with the lawsuit. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I think I read it's supposed to be something like the Amy movie. I don't know if you saw that by
Oh,
Amy
that
Winehouse.
was amazing.
So
That
it's
was
supposed to be shot
amazing.
in the same
Kind of format.
tradition of that. Yes,
Yeah, the Amy was amazing. I remember leaving there like I lost a friend. That was such a
I
great
did too.
documentary.
I think I cried.
Right. So, but as far as All Eyes on Me, like I said, there were definitely some pacing things, but it didn't come down. When I think of horrible movies, I think about terrible acting. The actors were solid. The story was close enough. It wasn't like Aaliyah. That was terrible. Like it was, everything about that movie was fucking
I
terrible.
give it a TLC.
Right.
From a Ray Charles
Right.
to a Aaliyah rating. I give it TLC.
And TLC, right. It's decent.
wasn't-
There were some things that you're like, I don't know, but at the
It was
same time,
almost
it told the
borderline.
story.
It was borderline Tony Braxton because the dude Jerry Curl weird never changed.
I can't deal. I cannot
So
deal.
it was borderline Tony Braxton because
But
you know
see-
how they kept her Wanda in the ponytails the whole time. And I was like, girl, if I was the one, I'd be pissed. Like, why the hell y'all kept me in
Fair
ponytails?
enough. But you know what? I think what I'm noticing between your opinion and mine is I think we look for different things. And I notice that with a lot of people.
I know.
Yeah, we're looking at completely different things here, and that's fair. But like I said, I still gave it a strong B. But after seeing what Jada said, it was like, damn, it kind of changed my mind because knowing, and Jada's someone that I trust, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, if you don't like it now, I kind of feel like it's all bad now. And that kind of made me sad though, because I left the theater thinking like, okay, I can deal with that. But then the very next morning, I was like, oh shit, maybe I can't rock with it anymore. So that just kind of sucked though, because that's the last person you want to be like, no, this ain't it. If I'd rather be somebody else from Digital Underground, Money B or somebody saying some shit.
I know.
But Jada, you'd be like, damn, if Jada
Yeah, I
don't
was
like
like,
it.
yeah. So it was like, yeah, she was actually lived that, so she would know. On the plus side of it, I tried to think of positive of everything. On the plus side, it didn't flop. It really did well,
yeah.
despite of everything that came out this weekend. So it
Yeah.
really did well. So at least everyone went to go see the movie and support it. No matter if it was good or bad, at least you would just support it.
And at least it was kind of worldwide too. It
Yeah.
wasn't like just the West Coast. Like it was kind of, because the movie was full when I went. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't realize there wasn't many people who even will go.
So I
But-
strategically went to the white people theater to see it.
I'm sure.
And, but that didn't change because it was still black people that singing and screaming at the theater at the screen. So I'm like,
Because
okay, whatever.
everybody thinks the same thing.
I know.
Everyone thinks we're gonna not like. I don't know if people think they're gonna cheat the system. You got to
Like,
go during
like,
the
I'm-
week on a Tuesday at 1 o'clock p.m.
I was going to the Lily White part of town. Like, ain't no white people gonna go see All Eyes on Me. They're gonna go see Cars and Rough Night Well, apparently nobody went to go see Rough Night, but that's a whole nother story within itself.
I can't. Well, all that to say, let's move on from All Eyes on Me. But I just want to talk about that. But
Okay.
fair enough. All right. This next one was actually by your request because I don't really fuck with this man like that. But at the same time, we're going to talk about it. So, Steve Harvey, the person who's been fucking up royally the last couple years on everything, he recently told someone from Flint, Michigan, enjoy drinking their brown water. And this was over a disagreement about sports. I guess someone said that the Cavs lost and he was upset about it. And so he said, oh, enjoy bathing in silver water or some shit like that. But I tend to ignore this shit because I can't stand Steve Harvey for a plethora of reasons that we'll definitely get into. But give me your thoughts because you were ready.
Steve Harvey had the best year ever. Not really. It started with him going to meet Donald Trump. That failed. Started with people don't look at me in the eye. I'm too good for you to talk to me.
Right.
It's like a lot of things that Steve Harvey is a backlash. So with that said, I'm gonna just keep it short. I think we as a people, and I say black people, and I'm not trying to generalize, but I think we put some people on the pedestal because of the fact they do so much positive shit in the community, but at the same time, they do positive shit in the community to throw the shit in your face. And I feel like that's what Steve Harvey does. I feel like he does that. I feel like, and I know you're not going to bring this up, but he probably will. I feel like Bill Cosby has done the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, as much positive things that Steve Harvey has done for publicity, I don't think it's just deep in his heart. I just think he knows, he figured like if he does this, he'll get a broader audience. With that said, I was telling you earlier that my sister is a big fan of Steve Harvey. And a lot of women are a big fan of Steve Harvey because he wrote How to Think Like a Man, How to Act Like a Woman. I don't know if that's the same title.
Yeah.
But ever since that book, they have put him on this pedestal, given they gave him a talk show. And the plus side of, so I always think of the positive. I'm like Tammy Roman. I always think of the positive. Thank God he started wearing the country ass suits, and thank God he got a pretty wife that he left his wife for. With that said, my sister believes that he's the Christian saint of cheating men because she wants to know why, and most women want to know why men cheat and what can they do to keep their man. I'm like, you listen to a nigga that wear country suits from K&G.
And allegedly is with the woman he cheated on his wife with.
Yeah. So, but okay, but I get it. I understand. We all want to know why. We always want to get the words from cheaters or why they.
No,
do it.
They do it because niggas cheat. Get over it. Like that's just it.
Like me and my roommate said, all niggas are hoes.
Right. Like and that's what I'm saying. Stop trying to get advice. You can't. There's nothing you can do. You can give your all to somebody and they'll still leave your ass for a prettier piece of pussy. Get over it. I should write a book.
Yeah. Like your pussy ain't gonna save your marriage.
Right. It doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's bad. Niggas just like novelty.
I know. It's like, but I always say this. I like if you're gonna do like men are naturally hoes. Y'all don't agree with me? Okay. We are hoes. But all hoes some hoes can turn into housewives.
House husbands, yeah.
Housewives, sluts, whatever. But at the end of the day, if your man want to stay there, he'll stay there. Ain't no amount of counseling, ain't no amount of anything you can do. If you want to stay, he'll stay. Only thing with that probably will make him stay. You find out he been take half his shit.
Right.
So,
and I want a lot of people, men and women, gay, straight, bi, whatever. I want people to unenroll from the Keep a Nigga program. It's not important. Stop trying to keep people. Like, keep yourself. Self-care is important. Do what makes you happy. You do not need somebody to make you happy, which is actually our main topic. So I'm going to stop there because that's going to go too deep into it. But at the same time, Steve Harvey, that's my issue too. Ever since he started coming out with the Think Like a Man and then seeing how women have flocked to him and Tyrese and Rev Run, and they're all fuck niggas. And they're just like, oh my God, whatever they say is king. But every second they're talking about black women just the same and blaming them.
It's straight misogyny, and it's kind of like, and I don't know if this is on the doc. It's kind of like everybody like to slut shame everything because it doesn't fit their what their idea of what everything's supposed to be. Everybody's supposed to be the same. Everybody's not supposed to be everybody is not made to be in a floor-length gown with their legs closed in church. Some people, God has made bitches to be hoes too, with their legs open and to spread love like it's Christmas Day. But we can't blame them for what they are.
Listen, in so many words, I agree with you. I just don't know that I would present it that way. But yes, I do. I am dying right now. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I just feel like the Steve Harveys of the world are problematic because of what they present. And then even like you said, it's still misogyny. It's like it's that Drake effect. They pretend like they're sensitive and they're trying to help women, but meanwhile they're blaming women for all the shit
For
that
every
men
yeah.
actually do. Like Steve Harvey has actually had shows. I saw a preview of one. I was like, are you kidding me? He took popular girls from Instagram and he let men come on the show and berate them. Pretty much say, oh, I think people who have followers on Instagram are attention whores, and I think you probably need help. Like, he let men get up there and berate these women from Instagram. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And that's supposed to be helpful?
And
It's pretty much, oh, be this type of woman to get this man. No, fuck that. Be who the
and the
fuck you want
fucked
to
up
be.
and the fucked up part is women that's gonna believe that too.
Exactly. Now they deleting
And
their profiles because they want a man so badly.
I'm like, girl, they ain't gonna get you no man.
It's not. This is gonna make
I
you
mean,
miserable. And
they
if you
still gonna
get, yeah, continue.
if you get a man because you delete your Instagram, shell bitch, teach me some shit.
Or you getting a man that probably ain't shit. Like
Ain't shit.
a lot of times I realize like with people, if anytime somebody is trying to get you to change your behavior to be with them, it's only so they can control you. It's only so you can be who they want you to be for their own selfish need. It's never for you. But if
And I've
you're
been down that road too.
it's trash. And if your only goal is to have a man, you're gonna have a terrible ass man. Like get
So
out of
check
here.
look, so check this out. And Lord knows I said I'm gonna bring this nigga name up, but everybody know who he is anyway. So a couple years ago, I changed my whole ways. I became a Muslim for maybe a year.
Oh really?
Stopped eating pork.
You became like
Started
a
covered up.
full on Muslim.
I tried.
Oh, keep
Because
going, keep talking.
because I was so in love with this dude and I thought he was everything to me, but in realization, I was changing for him, but he wasn't changing for me. And so I got the vision was blurred and all that time. So I got my shit together. And I'm like, okay, we ain't even friends. We're not even fucking no more. Why am I doing this shit? So finally we broke up and it was like the little shit that I was trying to break up with him, but he kept crying. So me being at that time, I was like, I'm trying to let everybody know I actually can make a relationship work. And it wasn't even I wasn't even in a relationship for myself. It was like for everyone else. And he even admitted the same thing that he was in our relationship for everyone else because we were trying to prove to everyone else
That could happen.
that it can happen. And
It's an
deep down
ideal.
inside, both our asses was miserable. We weren't having sex. We weren't fucking. I was probably fucking somebody else. He probably fucking somebody else too. So, and we was cool with that. Actually, we was cool with that. And the whole idea was, and we probably gonna get into this later.
Right.
The whole idea was that long as you didn't treat this other nigga like it was your main bitch, we cool.
Rules is
So
rules.
so it's rules. It's levels and rules to this shit. So after we broke up, and at that time, that's why I started doing the soul searching of myself and realizing, like, you know what, I'm getting in fucked up relationships because I'm trying to fix something. I'm trying to cover up something that's even me that I'm not ready to face.
Oh yeah, stop there because that does go into our topic. We're gonna
Yeah.
get to that in just a minute. That's perfect though. That's what we're going into. So one more hot topic, then we're gonna go right back to that because that's a very important piece. Final thing. I saw that Warner Brothers is putting together a script for Michael Brown.
Oh Lord.
Right. They're basing it off of his mother's memoir. What is it? Tell the Truth, Shame the Devil, or something along the lines of that. What are your thoughts on this?
So this is my first time actually hearing
Yeah,
about
I
this.
just read about it before we started this. Yeah.
My issue, and this is my issue with all biopics and stories.
Hmm.
I need two things. I need you to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Don't sugarcoat it. If you're gonna tell Mike Brown stories, don't show up with the almighty white savior to save his life because we know what that didn't happen.
Right.
And don't try to sugarcoat anything that's happening. If you're gonna do a movie based on his life and based on his mom's life, let her tell the story the way she wants to. Make sure that everything that they're doing, that you're writing a script for, make sure she get final approval because at the end of the day, it's her image, it's her son's image. Don't go in there trying to defame his character. He's not here to defend himself, but his mother is.
Hmm.
And don't go in there trying to make Ferguson look bad because you wasn't limited. If you're going to do the movie, honestly, I don't think you should do the movie. I think you should do a documentary and let his mother and the people around him and Ferguson talk about how this incident has affected them and how, because at the end of the day, she lost her son. And don't try to capitalize off the fact that, oh, Black Lives Matter is the end thing to do. If it's the end thing to do, people would believe the shit, and we wouldn't be going through the same shit that we go through every time somebody gets shot.
Yeah,
So,
great.
so if you're gonna do it justice, do it as a documentary. Make sure she gets all the money because at the end of the day, she lost her son.
Agreed. I agree with everything you just said. It's another movie that I won't be watching. Um, just because I don't like tragedy porn.
No, I don't.
And like it took me 2 years to watch Fruitville Station.
And
And
believe it or not, I didn't even get through the whole movie.
and yeah, I had to like it's just hard for me. I can't if for me, if I live something, especially something like that, like biopics, like music biopics are different for me because it's
Mm.
music. There's things tied to it. But as far as like tragedies, like, Oscar Grant and, and Trayvon Martin, like, I don't need to see that in movie format.
I
Cause
don't
you,
even.
cause you feel
I
like
don't
you
even want
lived
to
it.
see. Yeah, I don't even want to see the movie because I'm sure somebody is thinking about writing a movie. I don't even want to see a movie on the post massacre. I don't want to see a
Right.
movie on that.
Nope, don't want
No,
to see it. No, I don't.
no.
But I do get for history purposes, later on, like for someone like generations after us, it's different to watch things, from the past. Kind of like people with Titanic. People who didn't live through it, it's like, oh, I can watch this. But if you live through it, you're like, yeah, I don't want to watch that. Like if 9/11 movie came out, I will not watch that shit.
No,
Like it's just,
they capitalized off of it, but nobody went to go watch it. I honestly think if you do anything like that, I think you should wait 10 years.
that's
By that
safe.
time, or at least 5 to 10 years, because by that time, people should be on our getting healed, or already healed, or somewhat moved on there from life. Everything right now is still too fresh, especially with still because I'm pronouncing his name wrong. The Castillo case that just happened, that's still fresh.
Still
So why
fresh.
so why would you go around and do a movie on something that's still going on in the community? Unless you're gonna talk about everybody that got shot because everyone needs a movie by that. If that's the case, they got shot and killed by the police.
Agreed. Agreed. And I know another case happened today. I don't want to even get into it, but something else happened today. But I'll save that because I'm tired. I'm tired, man. Like it just keeps happening, and it's just yeah, no. Done, done, done. But those are our hot topics for this week. And actually, I don't even call it hot topics. I call it what y'all lying about this week. That is
I
the
know.
official name of it. What y'all lying about this week. We're done on that part. But our main topic, actually, because I like to tailor my topics to my guests. And this is actually straight from your Facebook profile. Um, 6 hours ago, you posted, being single isn't the end of the world.
Okay.
And I want to talk about that because, well, I agree with you, but I want to dissect it a little bit. I want to really just dig into society and how we're really kind of pushed that this idea that we have to be linked to someone to be validated.
Okay.
So let's start from the top. Let's start from where it comes from. Let's start from childhood. So when I was growing up, I remember everything that I watched as a kid had some kind of targeting to being in a relationship, whether it be Disney movies, Lion King, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast. Hell, she married a goddamn beast. Music. Everything has something to do with, you find a girl because, not much gay programming. You find a girl, you get married, you're together happily ever after, but the movie always ends like when they first get married. You don't get into all the bills and all the cheating and all that shit. It just ends there. And there's that programming.
So
And
mine was different.
what was
Not to cut
yours?
you off. Okay, so oh, my mom gonna kill me. So in Alabama, and everybody from Alabama, shout out to y'all. So in Alabama, there's this unwritten rule that it was okay to have a side piece.
Oh,
So
okay.
my mama had her side piece. My daddy had his side piece. And with the music, you was talking about. So I will admit, as a kid, I didn't watch that many cartoons. I'll be honest with you. I probably watched. I think I was watching She Gotta Have It at 8, and School Days at 9, and not Jungle. Yeah, I did watch Jungle Fever at 10 in New York, New Jack City. So I was exposed to a lot of stuff at an early age.
Same
And
here.
and so even the music that they was playing, because I was telling you about the blues earlier, all the blues songs that came out was about cheating in the next room, cheaper the keeper, and all that stuff. So my idea of relationship as a kid was like, is this supposed to, I guess this is normal because everybody had their side people, even like my mom. Only reason why she left my dad because he got another woman pregnant.
Well, they
One
say
of one of
the
one of
break baby
look,
gets you done.
like, and that's probably and that's one of the many reasons that they actually broke up. Actually, so I kind of looked at relationships differently, and then as a kid, listen to the blues is like even listening to Mary J. As a kid, it was like, oh shit, relationships are horrible.
Right.
But at the same time, as long as you can dance over the beat, no one cares. So you parted the pain away.
Right.
So you getting crunk in the dance ring, but you getting cheated on. But okay, hey, pop bottles. I learned that too.
It's so
So,
funny.
but it was just different, and so even my views of relationship was different, and even for me, being in relationships were viewed as this is what I thought was normal,
Right.
not knowing it was different.
But at the same time, what is normal? That word is so bullshit.
It is.
Because like the story you told earlier, you were putting out an image because you wanted the image, and I believe a lot of people are doing that. I believe that's common, where people are just giving you an image of a perfect relationship or an image of something that's working out. Meanwhile, they're actually dying inside and they want
Yeah,
out.
because and I actually now, and let's be honest, everything has came to head with social media. With and I'm not knocking anybody that put their relationship on display on Instagram or Facebook and any other stuff. I think it's great to see that representation, but at the same time, they are giving people this, and I hate to say false idea, but let's call it what it is, a spade, a spade. Giving this high hope of like there's no work into a relationship because you don't know the work that it put in a relationship or to keep this relationship. Yes, we're seeing different people get married and no shade get divorced at the same damn time next week because they're so gun ho of trying to be the next Juan and G or the next Cordell and Caleb or the next whoever Instagram couple that's out there, but not knowing the trials and separation, the trials that they went through, the sacrifices they went through to make their relationship work.
Right. Yeah, that's real. That's
And
so real.
and it's people are so die hard on trying to get a relationship without even knowing themselves. Because I feel as for you to be a good person in a relationship or to be someone great in a relationship, you have to know yourself first. You have to
Mhm.
be the man or woman that you want to attract. And so
Absolutely.
ever since I've been single for 4 years, I've been working on myself because of the fact that I realized that I was tracking ain't shit niggas because deep down inside, I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't shit.
Well, hey,
And
we all
so
have
I'm
our ancient moments, and I think
so I
we'll get into that too.
so I wasn't really shit. And so I kept attracting ain't shit niggas because I wasn't shit. So even with this last relationship, and the reason why I started doing my own, on your fix my life moment on myself was he told me the reason why he was in a relationship with me because he knew I had issues and I would overlook his issues.
Ain't that it? Instead of just working on your issues, you would
So
rather find someone who's just gonna deal with them.
yeah, and so that led to the many other issues in our relationship because of the different issues that we both had. So what I decided to do at that time, like, okay, I can't keep attracting the same dudes over and over again. So let me work on myself. And it was a hard pill to swallow that I realized that one day I looked myself in the mirror and I actually cried because I couldn't look myself dead in the eye. Because whatever was deep inside me, I really hated. And I was running from different things and I never actually dealt with a lot of things that went through in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And so, with the help of therapy and reading and meditation, I'm been on this journey for like going on 4 years. Where at the point now, actually back to my old way of me doing things. Like I'm very comfortable with being my best friend. I'm being comfortable being single.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, I still be fucking. That's the difference.
Ain't nothing wrong with fucking.
I still be fucking, but
Ain't
I'm
nothing
not.
wrong with that.
But I'm still single. And at the end of the day, if I don't have a relationship, I'm cool because what I had to realized I had to enjoy the people around me. I had to make sure I was a best friend to my friends. I had to be the best brother to my brothers and sisters. I'm still working on that. I had to be the best person to James. At the end of the day, there's James and Jimmy. Jimmy is the character that's Lil Kim, male Mary J. Blige, male Foxy, male Trina. James, at the same time, was going through fucking hell because I haven't dealt with shit that was dealt with in my childhood, and even stemming from the fact the way that relationships was stemmed into me from my parents and even my step parents and my godfather. So at the age of 36, yes, I'm 36, that now I'm at the stage of like, okay, if I never get married, I'm cool with that. If I'm never in a relationship, I'm cool with that. I got my friends. I have the people around me that love me, and at the end of the day, I love me. I love Jimmy and I love James. We all one person now.
That's
Now,
real.
I like. Don't get me wrong. At sometimes I do get lonely and I do want to fuck,
Oh
but
my God.
but but I did at the same time. I'd be like, oh, do I really want to deal with this headache? Do I really want to deal with these crazy ass niggas?
Right.
Do I have to make these niggas? Because okay, so
Hold on. No, wait, no. I'm going to pause you right there because you're
okay,
taking over. But hold on.
okay,
Let's back it up because we got to
okay,
segment this. You gave your
okay,
whole bio.
okay. Okay, my bad.
Because you hit on a lot of good things there. So,
Okay,
no, it's good. We got to put it in compartments
I
now.
have a takeover spirit, Lord forgive me.
I see.
It's sag-
I
it's
see.
Sagittarius to me.
Lord Jesus. Oh, yeah, that's Sag all goddamn day. Shout out to Christina. Hey, I like to spread out. But you talked about self-help.
Yeah.
And that is very, very, very important. You have to know yourself. And like, I've experienced a lot of people who were serial monogamous. Like, they just hop from relationship to relationship to relationship. And you see that it tends to start like right out of high school. And I'm like, wait, so you spent your entire 20s and your entire 20s just being in a relationship. So what did you learn about yourself in that time? Because a lot of real learning comes from being alone and dealing with the demons. Like you said, you looked in the mirror one day and you didn't like what you saw. But it didn't come until you went through, I guess, heartbreak and dealing with these ancient niggas and stuff like that. But that led you there. But some people never experience that. I know people who are in a long-term relationship for like decades and they never get to learn themselves. And so that ends and they're like suicidal, So self-help is very, very important. So I'm glad you highlighted that. Um, and another thing that you said, you were talking about like just the benefits of being by yourself, being in your own company. You do get to a point you're comfortable with yourself. Like you're okay with sleeping in the middle, not arguing
No
about
bouquet trail. No bouquet
right,
trail.
right. Yes, book control. That was a jam though.
Yeah, they was.
Like you're comfortable sleep in the middle. You ain't got to argue about bills and thermostats
Right.
and where you been and all that shit. You get to come and go as you please. Yes, there are lonely moments, but you work through those. And something my friend said to me, she was like, you have peace 98% of the time. You're lonely just for the night. You'll make it to morning and you'll be fine again. And I'm like,
Right.
that's real though.
It is.
Because you'll get in a relationship. A lot of times you can be lonely, get in a relationship with an ancient nigga, and then you're like, oh my God, I wanted to be single again. And you're like, is that really worth it? You know what
And
I mean?
I honestly think some people get in relationships to really hide what's really going on with them,
Absolutely.
to cover up what's really going on, or to substitute what they're not really happy about.
Yeah, it's a validation thing, and they're not validating themselves. They think that they need that person there to say that they mean something. But you know what? Society tells us that. Look how people are. Oh, well, you single. I remember I got in a debate. It wasn't even an argument with someone. I was fresh out of my relationship with my ex in
Mhm.
2015, and I was hanging out with some
Quick
friends.
question, not to cut you off. Weren't you was married at one time, right?
I was
Or
not
you was
married.
engaged?
We're engaged. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were engaged. And so we separated. And then I was talking to someone and I'm just fine, blah, blah. We started debating about something completely irrelevant. And she
Mm.
just started harping on this whole, and you're lonely and you're by yourself and you're single. And I'm like, that's not an insult,
That's
boo.
not an insult. I am.
Right. But
I'm not. Look, I'm far from lonely.
right,
I'm
but that's what
single. Yeah.
society does though. They have this idea that you have to be with someone, and like women have to have kids, you have to want a family, you have to want a house, you have to follow the same kind of American dream, but that's not what everybody wants.
In the words of my idol, Mary J. Blige, she could do that dumb shit somewhere else.
Yes. Hey, come on, glow up. I'm a
So,
glow up.
I'm like, it's this thing that I don't understand. Get it that even if you do have somebody, that's not the complete person. No one is there to complete you.
Nope.
They're supposed to compliment you. So
Exactly.
ain't nobody want no half-ass bitch or half-ass nigga around them. That's why all the relationships end, because you a half-ass bitch and a half-ass nigga. Whereas you can't even complete yourself. You got to compliment yourself. That's
Can I
why
get
you
that
got
on
to
a
be by yourself.
t-shirt? I want that on
Huh?
a t-shirt, half-ass nigga. I want that on a t-shirt, please.
Let
Thank
me
you.
trademark that. I need my tips.
Yes, half-ass nigga.
And
Hashtag it.
every half-ass being half-ass, but you still need to work on yourself. That's why most people. Okay, Lord knows I didn't mean to go. You know how most hoes are in relationships now and getting married, because people are they're completely fine. They know they're a hoe, and whoever they married are hoes. And So they cool with that. But they cool. They at least they know. Whereas you up here trying to be the first lady of the church, and you trying to get somebody to marry you or be in a relationship with you because you feel like they complete me. I live for you. No, that ain't how that shit happens. You need to complete yourself. At the end of the day, you jump from relationship to relationship. You need to learn how yourself
Yeah.
first. You need to learn what you actually like. What can you tolerate?
Mm-hmm.
What type of person can you attract? What type of people are you attracting?
Mm-hmm.
And I like to get nasty because it wouldn't be me, Trey Songz. That even when you have to masturbate with yourself to learn what makes what makes you feel good,
Mm-hmm.
what turns you on. That's the
Right.
kind of shit you have to learn to get in a relationship. So when you get in this relationship, even I say this to myself, even when I jump into the next relationship, I already know what kind of guy that I like. I already know what turns me on. I already know what I won't tolerate because I've learned myself over the last 4 years to know, okay, this is what I like. This is what I can't do in a relationship. I don't want to do this right now. So even for me, and if you're listening, if you're single and you fuckable, got a big dick, nice ass, versatile, can make me laugh.
And this is turning to the sex and soul part 3, y'all. But it's cool. It's fine. It's fine.
But at the end of the day, I'm looking for my best. At the end of the day, I'm looking for the next person that I get in a relationship to be one of my best friends.
Mm-hmm. It's important.
So,
They got to be your
so
friend.
because a lot of people don't realize the part of being a boyfriend and a girlfriend is the word friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people fail at that, being a friend to your mate. They too busy trying to be, this is my babe, this is my boo. What about your best friend? Can you talk to your boyfriend about everything that's going on with you, or you try to hide it, or do you just wait to blast him through subliminal messages on Facebook?
Oh, I hate that shit so
And
much.
rather just call this nigga up, say, look, motherfucker, this is what's going on with us. What's the fuck is wrong with you? How can we work this out? I'm not leaving you, but we need to work this out before we go further. Rather than say, oh, this nigga ain't shit on Instagram, but like, oh, why he ain't shit? Because he did such and such and such and such and such and such. Why he in my business? Well, motherfucker, you put the shit online. You decided that you wanted to do Kim and Kanye reality show for your relationship. We didn't ask for that. You decided that, but we enjoy watching it.
Man, yeah, it's definitely something to watch, but it drives me crazy because, yeah, passive aggressiveness gets you nowhere, and subliminals are trash.
Passive
Especially if you live with them. Like, nigga, if you don't go in that room and tell them what you think.
aggressive gets you touched in the face by me.
Oh, God.
Sammy Roman.
What I also want to add to what you were
Okay.
saying, too, about also an important component that people are missing out on by not just being single. Just being single is experience. Like, there's a whole world to travel. Get you a passport, get some stamps in it. There's so many hobbies out there that you don't even know that you even like. There's
Right.
things that you're not doing because you're so caught up in settling down at 19 years old that you haven't experienced life.
Right, and for me, like, so I enjoy my single lifestyle because I actually went to movies by myself. I enjoyed it.
I mean, I
If I
love going
wanted,
to movies by myself. I go
if
everywhere by myself.
I go to a restaurant that I like by myself. I go eat at the bar. I do people watch because I know you're creative. I'm a writer, so I people watch when I see you at the bar and just watch people because that's one of the things that I enjoy doing. I I don't even one of those people like if plans are canceled with my friends, I'm cool with that because I don't necessarily I love y'all, but I don't necessarily have to be around y'all either.
Hmm.
But it's one of those things where you single and you know yourself and you love yourself and you are confident with yourself. You can you can make it through this world with anything, even without a relationship. Because at the end of the day, if you want a relationship, that relationship will come to you instead of searching for it.
Hmm.
It will come to you because you got. Because I figured to me, most people that are looking for relationships anyway are born as fucking regardless.
Oh,
Because
God.
they ain't got shit else going on. And when I say this, it always the same motherfuckers that always talking about, oh, why I can't get no boyfriend? Oh, I wish Babe was at. I'm like, well, bitch, why you ain't hanging out with your friends? I don't have no friends. I
Mm.
see why. Why you ain't going to hang out with your homegirl or going to travel? Because like you said, a passport is $139 if that's not a well. But you can go travel, do things. I don't want to do that. So you expect some nigga to take you in to be your little orphan Annie ass, but you is a boring nigga.
Yeah, well, in so many words, I agree. I
You can't
agree.
like you ain't even a friend to you can't even be a best friend to your damn self, but you
Yeah.
want to get a boyfriend.
And you never, and that's what I'm saying. And then also, I think that also puts you at danger for not being equally yoked with your possible partner or even having things in common. It's one thing, like for instance, like the next person I will be with will number one have to be emotionally intelligent, and number
Right.
two have some kind of creative appreciation. There's
Right.
nothing worse than being a creative and have somebody who's not into the arts at all. You're like, well, this doesn't really work.
Or saying that's some white folk shit.
Right. Some shit. That's what I'm saying. And so it's good to find yourself and find out what you like and what you like to do, and then go out and seek that partner versus just being this empty canvas and letting whatever happen. Like that never works out well.
And I noticed like some people, and this not subliminal to everybody that I know. So if you listen, it's not a subliminal this to y'all. But there are some people I know that get in relationships and completely turn into the person that they're dating.
Absolutely.
They start looking like Salt and Pepper, 357, JJ Fad, because they all got the same fucking outfits on. They look like a bad girl group from the '90s, except one is already Coco and Beyonce. You like. Well, I ain't gonna say because I love SAV. You like the background to the background singers of the group,
But like you said, because they become their partner's friends, so you start
and
dressing like them.
it's not even their friends. It's not even their friends. They become their partner's mini me. Like you start doing drugs because your partner started doing drugs.
Oh
You
God.
start shaking your head because your partner started shaking his head. You start wearing Jabot jeans because I know that I just done that up. Jabot jeans because your partner wearing Jabot jeans. Like, first of all, where he found Jabot jeans at now? But anyway, you just doing shit to just look like him instead of you being your individual self and bringing that into a relationship. You basically becoming a mirror. And if your partner is basically fucking himself. If y'all fucking. But that's a whole nother story within itself.
Indeed. But yeah, I think singlehood needs more appreciation. Because I remember being young and wanting relationships, and I remember people saying you shouldn't be worried. You should be worried about school. You should be worried about career, and they were right. But I didn't listen back then. I had to go out and get my own long-term shit, get in it, and be like, actually, I don't like this at all.
Right.
And all I wanted was to be single, and now I appreciate it. I'm actually kind of nervous for my next relationship, whatever happens, because I'm so content with doing what the fuck I want to do, having my own thought processes, not, like when it comes to like having my own thoughts, being open about everything. And then I went and got me a goddamn dog, so I'm really good. I'm like, listen, I'm set.
I'm actually the same way, and I just had this conversation with this person that I met at Utopia Circle. That's what we'll call it for this story.
Come through Utopia Circle.
So, so he was asking me why I didn't have a boyfriend. Mind you, is that we at Utopia Circle, and the last thing I want to talk about is a boyfriend. I can be a boyfriend for the next 5 minutes if that's going to help you get what you need to get. But other than that, we need to talk about the boyfriend. But I explained to him that I'm too nervous to be in a relationship now because I've been by myself for 4 years and I'm happy with my singlehood. That the next person I get with gonna have to be comfortable with me being confident that the type of person that I am, not necessarily be clingy all the time because I don't like when people call me all the damn time. I will admit that I'm an introvert.
You're a Sag. I get it.
So,
Continue.
but at the same time, be okay with that. And I think now with this day and age and me being an older guy now, that a lot of things has changed for me because they're gonna have to be, like I said before, they're gonna have to be my best friend. They're gonna have to be my ride or die partner. And even if you do, and not condoning this, so anybody listen to this, don't say I condone this. Even if you feel the need to cheat on me, you better hide the shit because if I find out, I'm gonna go find your ass. But just the fact that you can have comfortable to just tell me anything and just have a conversation as a friend, not try to hide it. Even to the fact that you see somebody that you want to fuck, bring them to the house. I might want to fuck them too. So, but just be that comfortable, like the friendship. That's like have a friendship thing, but don't get out of pocket.
You
And
want the
so,
transparency.
yeah,
Hmm.
because I'm the type of person I give you 100% me. I want the same thing, and I didn't try to turn it to a Mary J. Blige slick. I tried not to, but it almost did.
That's fine. Listen, cliche is good if it gets the point across. Okay.
Deep side, I wish you could see that I'm playing old Jimmy.
Yes. I'm just Jimmy. You gonna do the breakdown with the red? No.
Actually, I did a long time ago, back in the past life.
I can't. Any final thoughts on singlehood? Like, what is your final statement to tell the
My
people about
final,
what you about being single?
I mean, I say embrace it and wait till God put the right person in your life. Because God knows, or whatever religion that you believe in, the spirits and the universe know what kind of person that they're trying to get you prepared for. Don't settle because you found like you need a substitute. Don't settle for
Mm-mm.
generic brands. Wait till you get the brand name.
That's right. No great value.
Great value. So wait and work on your. In the meantime, work on yourself. Work on any broken relationships that you have, far as with your family, your friends. Because a lot of y'all niggas get relationships and y'all drop your friends like a bad habit.
Hmm.
Stop doing that. Become a better friend. Become a brother. Become a better person for society. Even if it's going to mentor a young LGBT person. Become that person. That way, you at the end of the day, you're too busy to be worried about a relationship. You're busy trying to make the world happen. Write your book. Write a blog. Do a podcast. As long as it's not better than Kevin Dwayne's, but work on it. Do something. Just work on you, and then you won't have time to be working about a relationship. Because at the end of the day, Kevin Dwayne and I, we're busy people. Most bloggers and podcasters, we're busy, so we don't have time to be focusing on relationship because we got other shit we trying to do. We trying to be the next Oprah. We trying to be the next.
Listen,
Trying to
that's a
be
word.
look. I'm trying to be the next Wendy Williams, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, or look at stuff like that, or try to write a book or do something constructive.
I-
Stop dwelling. You're not gonna die because you ain't got no man. If at the end of the day, if you really want to go fuck somebody, go to the sex club, go suck a dick or three, go back home, get in your bed, wash the nut off,
oh my god.
and be
This is
good.
not the sex episode. I will have you on the next one, okay?
No,
God.
I'm not trying to turn it to the sex episode, but this is just me. I'm being real.
Yeah, that's cool. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I actually agree with all of your thoughts there. And I will say, yeah, work on yourself and work on your shit. Because listen, if your shit isn't together, and I mean health, wealth, career, make sure everything is in line so that you can also be of value. Because a lot of y'all want something that you aren't, and that's a
Right.
problem. You guys all want something that you can't even bring to the table, and you got to be equally yoked. You can't be out here just working anywhere talking about, oh, he got to make six figures. No, you need to be
And where
making
you
six
work at,
figures too.
and where you work at, you got six figures.
Right. You know, it has to be balanced. It can't be,
Right.
oh, he has to be that, because nah, make sure you're working on yourself and finding out what you like and doing what you want to do. Stop chasing ideals. You do not have to be in a relationship for nobody. And if your parents are pushing you down, fuck your damn parents. Like,
I
stop.
you
Don't
have to
be unhappy for other people.
you have to be able to bring what you ask for to the table. You have to be able to
Absolutely.
bring exactly that. Solange to make a song, an album called "A Seat at the Table." She brought the shit to the table with her.
Truth.
Do the same thing.
Absolute truth. Like, yeah, no, live your life, be single. It will not kill you.
The world is
Enjoy
too
yourself.
the world is too big to be focused on being single. There's so much other. There's the world is so beautiful. It's so despite what's going on in the news, the world is a beautiful place. There's so much going on. Even if you don't even have to travel, just go to the park, just walk around, watch the kids play, and hear the birds chirp, or go to the club. Don't go broke buying bottles, but just go to the club, just have a good time. You not even go to the club. Just go see Legacy perform by yourself in the park. Take you some wine and just go relax. And maybe your Mr. Right will show up and sit at the picnic with you, and y'all have sushi and all that good stuff. Or chicken wings if you ghetto. Hennessy if you real ghetto fabulous. You know.
I cannot deal. Jimmy, tell the people where they can find you.
Okay, you can find me on back pages if you're trying to get paid.
Did they shut it
I'm trying to
down?
get
I
paid.
thought they shut it
Oh,
down.
they do. They still got it. Or no, but seriously, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram at grabyajimmy.com. That's GRABYAJIMMIE. On Facebook, please like my page, grabyajimmy.com. And if you're a nasty bitch like I am, sometimes I do have a Tumblr page, not of me naked, but it's called grabyajimmy.com hyphen after dark. It's very skinemax.
Awesome. And I'll have that in the bio section too, so you guys can just click on it and go find all his stuff. And
So let me if I have can I do some can I do some shout outs while I'm here?
go for it.
Okay. So let me shout out to all my friends, like my blogging grandparents and my friends. Let me shout out to Drama Dupree for being one of my best friends. Also, whatsthet.com, which I know him as Tron. He probably whole hopping somewhere too. Um, Tony 3K, a formula of Electric Circus. My homeboy and my sister, when I call Monica to my Mary J. Um, Barry Bradshaw. Thanks to Ronna Mathers and John Effect, the Baby Boy podcast. I'm forgetting some people. I apologize that. Thank y'all for supporting me and looking out for me, and especially Ronna Mathers. Oh, and Rod Clever. And That's pretty much it. And thank you for having me on the show finally.
I know. Well, you have to find a nice place to get you in there, and I think we did a
So,
good job at
so
that.
stay tuned. Stay tuned to part 3 of the sex episode. I'll probably get nasty again.
Right, because listen, because if today was any indicator, you'll be fine. But before we get out of here, I also want to let you guys know about the yoga challenge again. It began June 18th and it's all the way through July 1st. So you have a short span to put your best yoga online. You want to unleash your inner brogy this summer. So make sure you use the hashtag Brothers of Light. It's the Men's Chakra Yoga Challenge. You can find it on my Instagram page, The World of Kevin, or the Outline Podcast page on Instagram as well. All you have to do is, number 1, repost the challenge flyer and invite others to join. 2, follow the challenge hosts and the sponsors, including me. 3, participate each day by posting your yoga. Y'all see me post my ass in these damn positions almost every Monday on Instagram. You have an example of what it's supposed to look like. Just do a yoga pose, post a picture, and the whole idea is just get more people doing yoga, especially black men. It's a great exercise. It gets you real nice and fit and gets you together. So make sure you guys do that. And if you win, you can do one of the following. You get some custom jewelry by Furthermore 1716. You get to be on the Outline Podcast to talk about your journey. Or you'll get some, or I don't know if it's or. I'm just going through the list here. And you get a pair of Warrior One yoga pants designed by Warrior One Yoga Pants. So yeah, we'll see you on the mats. Other than that, that's our show. Make sure you guys leave your comments. Make sure you follow Jimmy. Grab your Jimmy. Do all the stuff I said at the beginning of the damn podcast. And I'll talk to you next week. This has been The Outline. Peace out.